one truth that we all have to make peace with is the fact that we are not good people. As much as we'd like to believe we are good people, as much as I'd like to say I'm a good person, I'm a kind, I'm an honest, I'm a transparent person, none of us is objectively a good person. We are all subjectively good based on what our objective is at a particular time, based on what our interest is in the particular subject matter. We want to achieve a certain objective, and therefore we will be what we need to be for us to achieve whatever objective it is we want to achieve. I'll be kind to those who I need to be kind to for me to get whatever it is I want from them. I'll be honest to those who I need to be honest to for me to get whatever it is I want to get from them at a particular time. When a season comes when they are not as important to me as they were before, when I don't need as much from them as I did before, I may not be as honest, I may not be as kind, I may not be as accommodating, I may not be as forgiving. But objectively, none of us is as good as we'd like to think we are. Though we look out for ourselves in every possible scenario, we'd like to protect and take care of ourselves to the best possible level. But it's wrong, it is naive to think and assume that we are objectively good people. None of us is a good person objectively. We all want to live the best that we can at a particular time, at a particular season, in a particular way. So we are always looking out for what is good for us. In a particular crowd, you won't be good to everybody. You'll be good to those who you want something from. You'll be good to those who you expect something from, those who you believe you may need in future or in some way, form, or particular pattern. You're always good to those who you believe you'd want help from, or those who are in a position where you believe they'd be able to help you, lift you. Not to everybody. You'll always be selective about who to be kind to, who to be honest with, who to be transparent with, who to be faithful to. We are not objectively as good as we like to think we are, which is a good thing. It is naturally human to want to look out for yourself. That is why people do what they do. The problem is when we live too long in the echo chamber of thinking we are something, hearing all good about ourselves. That is why people gravitate towards people who say certain good things about them. People gravitate towards praises. People gravitate towards commendations. People gravitate towards applause and all forms of praises. Because since you perceive yourself to be good, kind, and this favorite kind of person, you want to continue hearing that. And it boosts your perception of yourself. It may not entirely be true. Matter of fact, it never is true. We are good when we need to be, and to those who we need to be good to. But to certain people, we are as honest as we have to. We are as bad as we have to. We are as unspeakable as anybody would say. It is because that is who you intrinsically are. So when you try to manipulate life, when you try to live a life in a way that makes you feel a certain way about yourself, and you start believing your own illusion, your own voices about yourself, you start believing the narrative that you've created about yourself in your head, it never makes sense to you. You'll never live to the fullness of life. It's better to make peace with the fact that we are who we are. Accept yourself as you are. You'll never be any better than you already are. You may be whatever it is you need to be, and that is who we are as people. We are what we need to be in a particular season to get whatever it is that we need from those who we need to get them from. We are kind to those who we need to be kind to get what we need from them. We are honest to those who we need to be honest to get what we need from them. And we are as brutal as we can to those who we do not need, and those who we are certain in a particular season that we may never need them, or their time in our life has expired and they're not as important as they used to be. So let's make peace with the fact that we are who we are. Accept and embrace yourself for who you are. That is how you make peace with knowing that this is who I am. I don't get to pretend with myself. I don't get to pretend in this space. I don't get to pretend even when I'm alone, because you don't expect more from people. You don't expect more from certain crowds. You don't expect more of whatever it is. But you've made peace with and knowing who you truly are, who you naturally are. And that is just what life is. Live life as it is. Don't try to manipulate life. Don't try to change life from what it originally is to what we want it to be. Because literally you go away from what life naturally is to what you think it is. Then you start living in your own illusion of what life is. And you start agreeing to what you think to be true. You create problems and solve problems that you've created, problems that do not even exist. You create a certain universe in your head and you start living that universe. You start hating people that have nothing to do with you. You start despising people that have no interest in what you're doing. You start creating walls above, building walls against people who are even looking out for you. Accept yourself for who you truly are. Accept yourself for what you naturally are. Make peace with who you are on the inside. People who you do not like, you do not like. People who you cannot accommodate, you cannot accommodate. People who you can never forgive, you will never forgive, because that is who you are. It is a problem when on the outside we project a specific persona. On the outside we sell a particular story, and deep down we know how much we curse about this person, how much we hate this person, how much we are uncomfortable in a particular space. Make peace with who you truly and naturally are. Stop being who you're not. Stop walking away from what you intrinsically are, because that is what life is. Be you and do you, no matter what happens.